Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Me, Myself and I series, a series where you lot get to know me a little bit better, even on a bit of a personal level. Now, that guy's just got S-Wine in the team, that just shivers down my spine. The team we are going to be using today is a BPL Strong team, and the subject we're going to be talking about is my relationship with Natalie, and what's happened with my life with it as well, and how because last week's episode was pretty shitty, down, really down and put people in a miserable mood. But obviously, if you want to know a bit about me, obviously you got to listen to the shit as well, which I've been through. And the first thing he does is go for a KSI, but we're there to clear it up. And if you lot are after any ultimate team coins, make sure you check out FIFAcoinstash.com. Their link can be found down below in the description for a fast and reliable coin service. So, Natalie, she is my fiance. I've been with her like 8 years now. Is it 8 years? Yeah, I'm 26. I'm 26. You know that. You know how old I am. I'm 26. I met Natalie when I was 18. And I met her in the local Kendal nightclub. There was, There was only really one nightclub in Kendal, the big one. It was called Passions. Oof, what an absolute sweatbox that was. And when you start drinking at a young age, you go out and you socialise with everyone. And me and Natalie got talking in the nightclub, had a bit of a dance, and I got her mobile number. And she was dressed as a cowgirl, sorry. So it was very, like, ooh, fucking hell, she's dressed as a cowgirl. And I knew a few of her friends as well. Van Persie with his left foot misses. And I asked Natalie for a number on the weekend, and then I disappeared down to Bristol to do my apprenticeship down there in Bristol for my job. So we met Natalie, got a number. Texted her a few times while I was away and asked her if she wanted to meet up when I returned back to Kendal, and she replied with yes. So I didn't want to look like too much of a beg, but yeah, we met back with Natalie and went for a few drinks with her again. But then I kept meeting her on a social level, like in town we would go shopping. I was living with my nan at this point as well. Let's try a flick and a finesse, and that's horrendous. And we went for a few drinks, not on a social level. I was living with my nan in because my family break up and stuff like that. I went to live with my nan, and I was basically a free man working at Stagecoach for an 8 till half 4 job. Pretty interesting. And we got to know Natalie a bit more. Obviously, I'm not going to be talking about sex and stuff like that, because is he going to fail? No, we're going to fail. And we got to know Natalie on a bit more of a personal level. Like, I actually took her up. Like, this is proper romantic me. After about 3 months of maybe just getting to know her a bit more, I decided to get the bottle. And I don't know how you lot do it now. I may be totally wrong, but how do you ask a woman out? Because I took Natalie up Kendal Castle one time late at night and politely asked her. I said, "Will you be my girlfriend?" Now that may sound cheesy as fuck, and to me, it sounds cheesy as fuck as well. But I got the courage, and she replied with yes, and giggled at me and stuff like that. So me and her became boyfriend and girlfriend, an official item. I then got to meet her parents and stuff like that, but then Natalie was not going to meet my parents. The only person Natalie was going to meet in my life was my grandparents, really, because there was no one else around. And she understood the position I was in at the current moment, because I was pretty down, like really shittily down, like lost all people close to me, like all my family had disappeared. And I just saw Natalie as a really good friend, so I opened up to her and let her meet my parents, and we got on like a house on fire. Her parents are absolutely awesome. They still are to this day as well. They help out so much in our lives, and there's nothing we can do to thank them enough. So anyway, me and Natalie went on holiday away to the Algarve in Portugal. Now, the Algarve in Portugal is a beautiful place, but me and Natalie have been dating for a few years at this point. The previous holidays were in Blackpool, which is an absolute destination hotspot in England. Everyone loves going to Blackpool. Blackpool Pleasure Beach, up the tower, getting pissed in the local nightclubs, maybe even going to try and get a red on that, off the bar again, and there's a return goal like that from Fellini. And I took her to the Algarve just to see if we were more compatible being in together in each other's space at the same time. because we just saw each other every couple of days. Some weeks we never saw each other, so it'd be nice to get away for a week and just see if how good our relationship might be if we actually lived together for a week. So we went on holiday, absolutely brilliant week. She got sunburn, and we spent most of the time in the flat because obviously sunburn is a bad thing to ruin most people's holidays. So after getting back, I've been with Natalie about 4 years at this point, and we decided to take the leap and move into our first flat, which was just around the corner from where Natalie lived, but it was a one-bedroom flat, and I would have to learn to share stuff because at that age, I was fucking hooked on FIFA head-to-head. I just got a PlayStation 3, and I was like, oh my god, how have I lived without this? And it would be difficult for me to admit that I had a bit of a gaming addiction, but she was fine with it. She knew I played FIFA, not as much as I do now, but I played FIFA, pretty addicted to it. And I wanted the setup on the main TV because when you're living in a house together, let's flick that back, and that is a horrendous animation. Really don't like that animation. So we moved in together. I was working on shifts, so I still had a lot of time to myself in the early mornings and sometimes in the afternoon when she was at work, because she still worked a full-time job as a nursery nurse. And after living together for about a year, our lease was up, and I didn't really want to renew it because the house and the location was pretty shit. So we decided to move into the centre of town, into a nice little street in the centre of town, and moved into a 2-bedroom flat. Extended it. We got loads of room now. All Natalie's clothes and stuff could go in one room, and then was it 1-bedroom? Yeah, it was a 1-bedroom we moved into the first time. Apologies. So we moved into a 1-bedroom flat, and a few of my mates were around, and obviously I was still working shifts, and I had a second TV set up in the living room because I just started stream. Did I start streaming here, or I think I started streaming in the house we're in currently? But we started seeing a lot more of each other, especially as living in the centre of town. It can be ease of that was horrendous keeping by him. So we started seeing her a lot more and expanding our relationship. So we got bored of moving in our house. We made the decision to try for a child. Now that's a massive decision because at this point I was 22 or 23 years old, and you got to decide whether you want a child or not. Actually, no, something happened before that, because this will sound wrong if I say this afterwards. But I decided to ask Natalie to be my wife. Obviously, we were young, but I just felt the need to commit to Natalie, and she said yes. I will tell you the story about how we did get engaged first. She come back from work I had the day off. I went and bought the ring through the day. Cost me a fucking pretty penny as well. It was a lot of money back then for sure. And she come home with a shitty cold, and all she was doing was complaining about how much this cold was affecting her ability to do anything. So I was like, oh, just go for a shower. And I was like, oh fuck, maybe she's not sure. She's not sure. She's not 100% feeling well. So I said, go for a shower, and she sounded like she was alright. So what I decided to do was put on a YouTube video and blare it out my old all-in-one computer, and the song was. I even said it before because this is the second take of doing this, and it still sounds pretty shit. I've forgotten who it was now. I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith, the song was, because at Natalie's 21st birthday party, that song come on, and me and Natalie were like hugging each other, and it just sounded perfect for us, and Natalie was in tears, and that became our song. When you're in a relationship, that obviously is going to be the case. You're going to have your things together. Like mine and Natalie's favourite food is Chinese together, even though when I'm not with Natalie I won't eat a Chinese. Our favourite song is Aerosmith, Don't Want to Miss a Thing. But also this is maybe a different type of relationship which you guys are in now, because most of you will be quite young. Some of you may not have engaged in a relationship, because when I was at school, I didn't have a girlfriend all the way. I actually had one girlfriend, but I didn't see her, and it was really awkward. And I didn't really engage in contact with women. I never did. And I'll explain to that in another episode of Me, Myself, and I, why I didn't really engage in relationships with women. Not because I was gay, but because self-conscious, and you don't. I hate rejection. Rejection is probably the worst thing I hate in my life. So. Getting rejected from stuff, it hurts. So if you don't put yourself in that position to get rejected, then obviously you're not going to. But there is a few times when I did put myself in a position to get rejected. One of them was asking Natalie out, and the second was a proposal to Natalie. So I left the song blaring out over in the house, and she walked out the bathroom. I was like, where the fuck is that music coming from? So she walked in the living room. I was hidden in the kitchen, which was across from the living room, and she like come looking for me. And when she turned around, I was bent down on one knee and with a ring in one hand, and asked Natalie to make me one. That sounds cringy as fuck, but I wanted Natalie to be my wife in the future. So then she said yes, broke down, and that cold soon disappeared. Let's just say that. So we decided to be husband and wife when we decided to get married. But it was just a dedication thing rather, because me and Natalie are still not married. Most of you should know that now. That was pretty shit defending by me. And then a few months after that, we decided to make the commitment to go for a child, because one, kinky sod. I never had anything apart from a job at Stagecoach. YouTube was not in my head. I played clubs with a few people, and that was all I did, was just play clubs. So YouTube wasn't a factor in my life then, but obviously YouTube is a massive factor in my life now. And we decided to go for a child because Natalie was ready. She wanted to have a child quite young, and I wanted to have a child quite young, just so we would enjoy the rest of its life being young. So say if we had a boy, I could enjoy a lot more than I would be, say, when I'm 40, and Jack wants to go and play in obviously Jack's our child, but we'll talk. Let's try and finish this off. Bang, one. That's a fucking awesome shot. That's 3-0, and we got married. And then we moved into a new house, which was a 3-bedroomed house just around the corner with a garage. And the garage obviously is where I'm based at now. I do my YouTube and stuff away from the main house, even though it's on it like just through the kitchen. But Natalie can't really hear what I'm up to in here, which is good on some occasions, really, because it's quite cringy talking to a microphone with a girlfriend and things like that. Some of you lot may know it if they hear it. I can't perform in front of other people. That doesn't mean that I don't get a boner in front of people. Actually, that sounds even more worse. But it's difficult to perform my YouTube duties in front of people. I found that out at Kick and also at Nep's house when we were doing the FIFA house as well. Just felt like I couldn't do any commentaries there. And so we moved into another house. Obviously, it's a 3-bedroom for a reason. We're trying for a child. And within like a few weeks of being here and going at it like rabbits, we found out Natalie was pregnant, and it was fucking awesome news. But not only is it awesome news, it's also the most terrifying fucking news you will hear in your life. Find out that you've actually got a woman pregnant, and now your whole life changes, because the focus on you isn't you. It's the future child. And it's also a woman who's pregnant for the next 9 months, carrying around your child. But we couldn't tell anyone at this point, because if you have been through childbirth or pregnancies and stuff like that, a lot of things can go wrong within 3 months. But thankfully, nothing did go wrong with Natalie, and I was going to hope for an awesome ball then. And we found out on the 3-month scan that the child was fine. We couldn't tell what it was, whether it was going to be a boy or a girl, but that was a decision we found out to make mine and Natalie's life easier. So we got to find out whether it was a boy or a girl at the next scan, and we found out it was going to be a little boy. So obviously the name choosing and stuff like that, and me working, me also working shifts. I didn't really see much of Natalie. But I definitely wanted the career change, and I wasn't sure what the career change was. I wanted an hour change maybe to see more of Natalie and Jack when Jack was born, because that's the name we decided on, was Jack. I had a few stupid names like Ludacris. I wanted him to be called Mini Ludacris or 25 Cent, because I was a bit into my rap music then. But we settled on Jack because obviously you have names in the family you want to stay through, and Jack was an absolutely awesome name. And to be honest, Jack's name now suits him so much because Jack just gives me the little mischievous child type of look, but someone who's very useful, and Jack definitely is both of them now. So. On the 1st of May 2012, Jack was born into mine and Natalie's life. She went through a long labour. Fucking hell, some of the noises she made as well, like how much. It's very difficult seeing a woman in pain, especially a woman you love, and Natalie was in so much pain, it was unreal. And there was nothing I could do to cure the pain, so I felt really helpless. This was both in the house and also in the. Oh, as if he scored that to bring it back to 3-2. There was nothing I could do while she was in labour. She was just in constant pain, and it upset me. Like I genuinely shed it. Like I'm quite an emotional person. You'll find that out in another episode. You nearly found out last episode, to be honest. But it's very hard to see a woman you love in pain and nothing you can do about it. Even though the pain's natural, it's just annoying that you can't do anything. And it got to me, and I could not wait to just get the child out of her and get him in my arms, cut the umbilical cord, and why is he going to score from here? No, he's not. Better check. So that was it. Jack was born a nice, healthy child. He had dark hair, which was fucking a massive relief, because me and Natalie both have the ginger gene running through our families as well. So it was a choice between the child was either going to be ginger or is going to have the like a dark brown hair, which I do have when I decide to grow my hair, but at this stage I wasn't. And that made mine and Natalie's relationship very stronger. She was in the hospital, I was spending loads of time with her, and it was just nice knowing that it wasn't just me and Natalie now. It was me, Natalie, and well, we were a unit now. We weren't me and Natalie. We were me, Natalie, and Jack. Like we were known as the Bateson family. That was our new name. So go on, Ozil, just beast on through. Sin the slot. He's sin it. Sin the other tramp. And that's another goal. Sexy tramp goal right there. So now in my life there's me, Natalie, and Jack. And while Natalie was pregnant and I didn't really see much of her, she was in bed really early, I decided to stream a hell of a lot and built up my YouTube quite slowly. Like I must have been on, when Jack was born, I think I was on like 2k subs, which was a massive number for me, but I wasn't 100% committed to it as I am now. And I didn't realise back then how much YouTube would change my life, and I will save that for another episode. Like I think the next episode, because you basically got to know Natalie a little bit more, you got to know how Jack come about, and I think the next episode I'm going to talk about my YouTube career and how it started and what stage we're at now with it. Go on, beat him off, and I've missed that. Because now currently I am a full-time YouTuber, so it'd be probably nice for you lot to hear a little bit about me. So also remember, relationships mean fuck all when you're at school. It's just a bit of fun to bypass your time while you're bored in school, really, because I genuinely thought when I left school that I was never going to get a female. One, because I was just that fat kid from school, and not many people showed much interest in me, which is fair enough. It's a dog eat dog world, isn't it? In a playground. That's for. Oh, he's skimmed me again. 4-3 has brought it back to. But life changes when you hit 16 and you leave school. You become an adult, and that's what you should take away from this. Is even if stuff's not happening at school, like you think maybe you could. What's the reason I haven't got a girlfriend? It's because not many people really care about relationships in school. They're just a way to waste time while you're there. So don't put yourself down, because I'm not the best looking of people. I am not the slimmest of people, and yet I've got a fiance who I've had for a period of 8 years. Got a child with her, and I couldn't have asked for anything better, because she puts up with a lot of shit, does Natalie? Especially as it comes to having to come around the concept of me doing YouTube and playing video games as a living. It'll be a hard concept for everyone, but she's fully supported me, and that's definitely something I'll save for the next episode. So if you have enjoyed it, guys, please smash that like button. If you've even got any questions, I will try my best to answer them for you as well. Let me know if you lot are in a similar relationship or anything else like that, and I'll try my best to hit you up either on Twitter or in the comments section below. And I really hope you've enjoyed listening a little bit more positive side about my fiance and also the birth of Jack. But I will maybe talk a bit. I don't know. Jack's quite young. Jack hasn't really done much yet, but he's an awesome child. Natalie's an awesome mum. Natalie's an awesome fiance to me, and I could not ask for anything better either. So, guys, that's the end of the video. We've won this game for free, luckily. If you could smash that like button, comment in the section below, and maybe share this video on Google and Facebook with your friends to see or whatnot. And remember, life changes when you hit 16. Life changes again when you hit 18. And your life isn't over when you're at school. That's all you need to know, really, because life does change, and it'll change for the better. That's 100% sure. So, guys, thanks so much for watching Me, Myself and I episode 3. I hope you get to know me a little bit more from this, and yeah, until next time, guys, see you all later.